Good evening, YouTube. I'm from Massachusetts, and this is going to be my first video for posting on YouTube. And I've always felt that if you're going to get to know somebody on a personal basis, I think one of the most important things to know about, if you really want to, how they think and what makes them tick, you really have to know about their political ideals, their political beliefs. I've always considered myself to be a very liberal, very tolerant teenager, and I just wanted to share that with you. Now, the first thing that I want to get across is that I believe that there is nothing wrong with homosexuality. There is nothing wrong with homosexuality. The difference between heterosexual love and homosexual love? Zero. A big fat zero. Nothing. There's no difference. There's no fucking difference between how straight people love each other and how gay people love each other. There's no difference. So, and it always boggled me, just boggles the mind as to why we are so against and so intolerant about gay people marrying. What, do we really believe that it's going to tear apart the family unit? That's preposterous. That is absurd, and that's gotta be one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life. There's no way that gay people marrying could have any sort of negative consequence on the values of the United States as a whole. There's just no way that could happen. The consequences of gay people marrying are not going to be Armageddon. There's not going to be the destruction of the family. The consequences are going to be that gay people marry. That's it. Gay people marry. That's the only friggin' consequence there's going to be. I don't think it makes any difference. Second, we all know that prohibition doesn't work. We learned that in the 1920s when we banned alcohol. What happened? Bootlegging. All that, and organized crime and all that shit that came with prohibition. So we already know from experience that it doesn't work. Why not just do the same thing with marijuana? We already know, at least you should know if you've, studied and done your homework on this kind of thing, that marijuana isn't even a harmful drug, and we all know it's a lot safer for you than alcohol. So, why isn't it legal again? I can think of no good reason, honestly, why people feel the need to outlaw weed. I just can't think of any good reason. It's safer for you than alcohol. It's not addictive. Alcohol is. We all know what alcoholism is. Everybody knows an alcoholic, unfortunately. Weed isn't addictive, and you can't really abuse it. Plus, we all know that it has legitimate medicinal benefits, with things like pain and glaucoma and cancer and all kinds of things like that. Of course, you could argue that it should just be used in a medicinal setting, but if you're going to open it up for medicine, why not just open it up to everybody? 3. Taxes. Death and taxes. There's only two things you can positively be sure are going to happen to you in your life. And I've always really liked seeing people get so bent out of shape over taxes. It's really funny, actually. Of course, I'm not old enough to... I shouldn't say that. I don't have a job, so I don't have to pay taxes yet at this current juncture in my life, but I will. But I'm flummoxed. Really confused as to why people bitch about taxes as much as they do. I think you tax the crap out of gasoline, because if gasoline is expensive, that will require everybody to drive more economical cars. if you're still going to drive around in SUVs or pickup trucks or Hummers when gasoline is $3.50 a gallon, you're either rich or clinically insane. 4. Racism. I've always felt that we are all one race. Human. That's all. I mean, the human race is just that. A race. I don't really think that it's no good reason to see us as being inferior or superior based on, whether you're white or black or Hispanic or Native American or Pacific Islander or Asian or however many other colors and ethnicities and races there are out there. We are all one race. We're humans. So, judging somebody based on the color of their skin is ridiculous. I mean, it's just absurd that anybody in today's day and age would judge anybody by their skin color. I mean, I just can't. I find that difficult to comprehend. And, I mean, we know racism exists. I mean, all you have to do is you turn on Fox News and listen to Sean Hannity or Bill O'Reilly or, all those other conservative commentators and just listen, and you'll just hear the most racist things come out of their mouth. Like, I thought it was great last year when Bill O'Reilly went to this restaurant in Harlem, New York with Reverend Al Sharpton, and O'Reilly was flummoxed by the fact that there are civilized restaurants in Harlem, New York. Like, he was confused by the fact that black people use utensils and use silverware and eat in restaurants, just like the rest of us. I mean, how stupid do you have to get? Oh my god. Like, that's just ridiculous.